Turn on some music. I haven't, I don't use Minecraft music enough. So guys, welcome back to my live stream. I did one like 5 minutes ago, and I'm already ready to do another one because the last one I did wasn't long enough. And the first thing, yes, I look different. My hair is all wet, and I'm blue. And I think that is because the crystals changed again. So the ice crystal stopped glowing, but now the water crystal's glowing. I can talk. Um, I Once I realized that this wasn't glowing anymore, I started putting all the diamond blocks I've been gathering on here. And hopefully by the end of the season, if I go mining a few more times, this will be complete. Um, I guess the other things I've been working on this week include my villagers. Oh right, I needed more or not blacksmith. I needed more masons so I could get more quartz for what I'm going to be doing today. But I don't remember why I moved them. I moved them up into the gold temple. I'd always wanted to do that, but I don't remember why I just finally decided to. Weird. And that's not supposed to be a redstone torch right there. Over here I have a rail duplicator because I am working on a rail network as we did in the last stream. Um, So basically, from Danger Isle, all the villagers will come into here, get turned into zombie villagers. I can heal them, and they get sent up into the temple, go up through this minecart system, and onto this floor, which, yep, this whole time I had planned to use for villagers. I want to make some, like, small slanted staircases going up and down from up here, and I would like to fill this whole level up with villagers, even if I'm not going to use them all. Here are all my masons. This is where I get all my quartz. Of course, the librarians over here. A lot of them died to lightning early on in the season, but and it, but that's all I have left. And those are the other guys who aren't masons or librarians. So today I want to work on the tunnel system some more. So last stream I was building. Actually, this didn't start. That was like livestream 41 that I wanted to make a tunnel system. I made like a little outline here and then dug a tunnel all the way over to connect to chicken and tiger's tunnels. Never ended up doing anything with that. I wanted to wait for my base to be complete. Um, then I realized I ran out of project ideas, so I figured let's just do this. So I've spent the past week working on this project. This is the red line. It goes, I'd show you the picture I drew. It goes from spawn to Otter's base to the end portal. And I finished that. I spent this afternoon like 6 hours up until from when I got home from school all the way up until we started playing Among Us. Placed rails down, started doing that for the white line. The white line is where I'm going to be working. It connects my base with both lines, with both the red and blue lines. It connects Chicken's base, Tiger's base, and their shared village, which I just called Fox Village because Tiger and Chicken's shared village wouldn't fit on a sign. So I've spent, well, I initially built a ton of this tunnel, a lot of it, but then I realized I should probably do some of it on stream, so I just spent the past like week and a half only collecting quartz. So I built, oh, I know this is meant for minecarts, but I've really just been flying this whole time. This takes us to the Fox Village. I hope they don't mind me calling it that. basically the way the system works is everyone has their own designated minecart that they hold on to. If you lose it, get a new one. Our terminals. I think I might just delete this railway altogether and just make this a really long walkway. Once you get up to here, you'll get kicked out of your minecart. What I initially wanted was there to be two railways, or two tracks. One that would go that way, the one on the right, like we do in America, would go this way, and then this one would go this way. And what would happen is once you finally, I'm coming over here, I finally make it here, I get kicked out of the cart, and then the cart automatically travels back for both sides. I tried that, but chunk loading is an issue. Apparently, it's not easy to load chunks anymore. In Season 1, we could do it with redstone dust and just make a really long redstone line, but found out this season we couldn't do that. I actually found that out sooner, but I just assumed it was the glitch on CubedCraft's part when I tried to make a button that would teleport me to my island from spawn using redstone. So anyway, this is as far as I've gotten with the tunnels. This is the intersection of that way leads to chicken space, that way leads to tiger space. Their tunnels were actually 2 blocks higher, so I had to dig down, or maybe it was 2 or 3. Then I had to dig down a bunch and then go forward. I wanted to place the redstone blocks and the sea lanterns in ahead of time, though by the time I got here with the redstone blocks, it was time to play Among Us. So I would like to do this, and then I'm going to put in, I know I don't need, I could probably remove every other redstone block, but I'm not going to. I've got too much redstone. So I want to place all these in, and then I would like to start building. This thing goes on for roughly 1,000 blocks, this section of the tunnel. I have liked developing this, though. According to my original blueprints, I was supposed to have this finished by April 24th, but that's definitely not going to happen because I was supposed to have finished the white line by March 27th, and, well, it's past March 27th, and I'm not even close to done. Well, I'm close to done-ish. I think I'm like halfway down the white line, if not just a little over a third. I did rough measurements on how long each segment was. I'm counting, I initially counted a segment as, well, I just made them kind of random, but now I'm considering a segment to be any line of track between either two endpoints, like, say, two people's bases, or midpoints, like back there, where those 3 lines met. So, like this area, right, or this line would go from Tiger Space to the junction over there, and this is called segment 10. And I do it that way because it makes it easier to time things, because I would like to, like I did in Season 1, I would like to write down how long it takes to get from place to place, and whenever you arrive at an intersection, I want intersection works. Each intersection, I add 5 seconds to how long it'll take on the signs, because that's roughly how long I believe it would take. So, this has been a really repetitive task. I am really not looking forward to making the blue line. This line is roughly 3,000. The white line is roughly 3,000 blocks overall. The blue line is roughly... Oh no, it's also 3,000, isn't it? Never mind, I thought it was 4,000. So it goes from my base, which is at 1,000, or roughly from my base, which is at 1,000. Then it goes all the way up to 3,800, so and then it makes the turn and goes for like a couple more hundred. So no, it's more like 3,000. Just over. Though the blue line is the one I'm looking forward to the least because it has only 2 stops, and that means less, like, progress markers. Like, I mark my progress as every time I make it to someone's base or a junction. There's only going to be, not including the junction where the red, white, and blue lines meet up, there'll be 1 junction and then 2 stations. Oh yeah, here's something, a little thing, a tunnel chicken thing that Tiger Chicken made. I don't remember which. I went ahead and just put white glass in front of that ahead of time. There's also a mob farm that Tiger made, which I also moved down a little bit. Or the display I moved down. Alright, we're at 1883. We're like, yeah, okay, I can see the slope up. We're basically there. Ooh, Minecraft music. I think I want to try putting music in my streams, though I haven't really thought of doing that until today, and I don't entirely know how to go about it, but I'm sure I'll figure it out if I'm really put my mind to it. I don't know if I'm gonna stream how frequent I'm gonna continue streaming this season, though I don't think I will be streaming as frequently. I will sleep. It's actually better to sleep here because I'm right at an endpoint. Or at the endpoint closest to where I'm working. Alright, so that's all the redstone in. Now I just gotta go back and grab the quartz. I hope I have enough to do this segment, though I doubt I will. If I don't, then there's another project I might work on, which is one I wanted to do in the last stream, I believe, but... Or no, it's one I wanted to do last week, but I never really did a stream last week, I don't believe, for Minecraft. I think I've already mentioned it. I wanted to make giant redstone doors for all the temples. But I'm a bit too intimidated by that. Like, if I did it off stream, yeah, sure, I could do it, but on stream, you have to, like, be able to do things kind of quickly. I don't need more sea lanterns. I'll bring some anyway. Actually, I need that. Don't need that. Or that. Actually, I'll need this. With a terminal. And I'm out of the powered rails, but that'll be fine. Right, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't have a crafting bench. Oh, there. Okay, thank goodness I have a crafting bench. Let's put some of this white glass away. This is how the terminals work. The minecart comes along, it detects that a minecart has passed over this, and then it will, with a little delay, use this it'll activate this activator rail, which I never really knew the use of until like maybe a year ago. Apparently it just kicks you out of the minecart, and then it'll stop up there. But I had to make this so it only did that when going in one direction. It was a real pain. It took me quite a bit to figure out how I'd go about doing this when I realized I couldn't just have 2 separate lines. or 2 separate rails per line, and just have minecarts going in one direction and then the other. So the way I'm going about this is I am trying to use as little quartz as possible, and I calculated these numbers a bunch of times because I kept getting different answers. Well, also because I kept realizing there were optimizations I could make, or I realized I might have that optimization I thought I could make, I couldn't. Like for this, I wasn't planning on using slabs initially for areas where you can't really see, but then I realized I could, so that cut things down quite a bit. I'm really not looking forward to the blue line because it's really long. None of it's really been excavated. None of it has been excavated at all. I mean, I've dug a 1x2 hole that I plan to put TNT in to hopefully make the process more bearable, but at least with the red line, it wasn't very long. Was it? 1,000, 2,000. Okay, it was roughly 2,500 blocks. So maybe I'm wrong, but for this line, the white line, roughly, so 2,000 blocks were already mined because the tunnels, I just had to lower them, which probably still was a lot of blocks to mine, but I'm going to estimate it was more like 2,000 blocks in length worth of mining, which I guess might not have been that bad. But I'm not looking forward to doing the blue line, because also I'll need prismarine. With nether brick, I could have AFK'd for it if I used my gold farm and the piglin bartering system in tandem, but I think that would have taken too long. My only option really was to just bite the bullet and mine a bunch of netherrack and smelt it all, which was not fun, but I knocked most of it out on a Saturday. It was like the 13th. Was it the 14th? It was the 13th or the 14th for sure. And yeah, just listen to some long YouTube videos, like a couple hours long. At the beginning of the season, I did that a whole lot, like listen to podcasts and stuff. I stopped doing it because I haven't really had the time for it. I mean, it was the summer. I could, if like there were shorter YouTube videos released from people I commonly watched, I could just watch it later, but oh no. But obviously now it's, oh my gosh, let me up. But now since I have school, I don't have time to do both, so I have to pick. But I remember like flattening out the entire island and just listening to podcasts, or when I initially tried to remove the bedrock layer to lower down my temple. Well, I didn't try to lower it, I wanted to build it there before we weren't able to break bedrock, but then we're able to again. That's what I did. I think also when I went mining for netherite, it was just crazy. But it was crazy good. But with prismarine, there's no way around it. I have to AFK for the resources. I mean, for quartz, I could go mining, but I feel like using my emerald farm and then trading, it might be quicker overall. I did want to try AFKing at my emerald farm tonight. I might try and figure out a way to make my character click every second or so. And then in the morning, what I was going to do is I was just going to farm emeralds overnight if I could. And then I was gonna trade like hell in the morning before I was gonna stream tomorrow, but if I'm streaming now, then I don't think I have to stream tomorrow. Which is good, because I did have work to do. I'm also gonna have to AFK at my gunpowder farm, or at my witch farm, I think, a whole lot. Because I'm gonna need gunpowder to make all that TNT. I want to make a shulker. I think a shulker box of TNT will do it. Which means 5 shulkers of gunpowder and 4 of sand, which, admittedly, I'm kind of numb to getting to collecting a bunch of sand, since I had to gather 60 shulkers of it just to make my honey farm. It's not a pleasant week. Also, I do really want to use prismarine bricks, but I think I will end up using prismarine only because prismarine is less expensive. I thought I just heard a creeper start to blow up, and that scared the heck out of me. I wasn't sure how to go about powering these rails. Like, I wanted to, like, maybe place, like, redstone torches underneath it. I mean, for redstone blocks like this work really well for the red line, but elsewhere it doesn't. The only issue with it is I want this to be consistent the whole length, so either I have to put redstone torches under blocks and hide them the entire way, or do this the entire way. And the only reason I don't hide the redstone torches the whole way is because some of the areas are underwater and you can't hide redstone. Well, you can't hide anything underneath or around the tunnel if it's underwater and exposed on all sides, because then people can see it. So I had to choose this option, which is still alright. Alright, 1553. Once we get this done, we'll be halfway done with the ground, and then we'll have to do the roof and then the walls. Hopefully I have enough quartz to do this. I actually need to reread my calculations. I don't remember how much how much prismarine I think it was 23 shulker boxes of blocks. Where's the paper that I did the calculations on? I'm sure I'll find it. Oh, there it is. So, 24-ish. I think it was like 23 point something, but I just rounded up. It's better to round up, because it means, well, it does mean you need to gather a little bit more a few more resources. It means if you did miscalculate, or if, like, obviously I was calculating for perfect conditions, but there are times like, hey, yeah, there's a lake up there, and I need to use full quartz blocks so it looks good from the lake if someone looks down on the lake, or things like that, or a pocket of water where you weren't expecting it. Like, I only calculated how much glass and quartz I needed based on how long the tunnel was in an ocean, roughly, for, and how long it was underneath the land for, roughly. I didn't take things like rivers into account. Or the above terrain. There are times where it occasionally dips below, and I want to make this look good from that angle. Oh, that's not what I wanted. 1,300. 300 more blocks to go. Then we'll do the roof and the walls. I was also thinking to myself, I wonder if what was easier, the tunnel project or the nether tunnels in Season 2 or this. And I can't remember. I do remember about the tunnels that it was because it was the nether and lighting looks the same if you're looking directly up. It looks like you're just standing on the nether roof and looking down. So I got dizzy and needed to take frequent breaks. Like I could only do like work on a 1,000 blocks of tunnel each day. Tops. Not that I do that much every day, but I did quite a few times. And it was chicken space was like 6,000. Chicken's tunnel was like 6,000 blocks. Mine going to the Mushroom Island was like 6,000 blocks as well, so that's already 12,000 blocks. This tunnel system is this tunnel system already is roughly 12 or 13,000 blocks. I'll say 13. Plus maybe another 3,000 for the Season 2 tunnel system, because I was just counting the 2 long tunnels. It's probably at least a good 2 to 3,000 more blocks of tunnel for the smaller tunnels. But at the same time, I had to excavate a lot of land for this season's tunnel project, and it wasn't netherrack that I was excavating, which you can mine instantly. I mean, I can mine stone with the beacon, but I'd have to move the beacon so often that it wouldn't be worth it in my eyes. I mean, working in the nether, though, it was kind of cool, though. It was annoying, though, having to gather... Well, I didn't have a glowstone farm, or a witch farm that season, but I had to remember so often, at least twice a day, having to go out and grab glowstone from the nether. Remember getting shot at by ghasts while working, which was never fun, but it kept me company at least. Oh, I need to get more. These tunnels are really good for flying. It's a shame I made this with minecarts in mind. It's a shame because I don't think other people, oh that's bricks, I don't think other people will use this system, and I don't blame them. It's slow and I wouldn't even use this system. But it's just for fun. Just something to do. What I want to do next season is do a nether tunnel system again. This season we went above the nether. And well, yeah, it was convenient as hell getting around on the nether roof. It kind of didn't get to experience the real nether as much. I mean, I only went down there a lot during the beginning of the season when we hadn't gained access to the nether roof yet. Also, it's like a gold rush but with netherite. So everyone was eager to get down there and also explore the new nether a little bit. Though the nether portals were extremely broken, like during the first month and a half of this season. And that was terrible, because you couldn't go through... You could go into the nether, but I think if you went out, you could go out of the portal you came in through, assuming you hadn't logged out yet, or while you were in the nether, without the server crashing. But if you went back in through a different portal, or if you logged out and then went back into the portal to get to the overworld, the server would crash and people would lose quite a few seconds of progress. Though it did make for, like, something interesting. There was actually a dupe. Like, it would occasionally dupe items. I tried to see if I could figure out a good way to make that happen. but I ended up losing quite a bit of items, of valuable items, and I decided to not try that again. Season 3, I feel like it could have been so much more. I really do blame it all on CubeCraft and 1.16 making servers act terribly. Because I remember on day one, we were like number one on the. I heard someone say number 3 at one point, but I'm pretty sure we were at number 1 that day, the day Season 3 came out on the player server list. Then people immediately were having issues with lag. Also, probably didn't help that there were then 10 people online loading chunks. I didn't really know what to do about it because I hadn't had that issue before, even on the 1 or 2 occasions we did hit 10 people in previous seasons. And for future seasons, as far as I can see, the server is private, so if we want new players, we have to invite them. The issue is I've basically invited all the people I know and, trust. There's one person I'm probably am going to invite next season, so I'm looking forward to that. I've been thinking of people to invite. Though I do kindly ask, if you are interested, please don't ask to join. I'm excited for Season 4. Season 3 switched to a realm when the season was kind of starting to lose momentum. Usually around like a month, at this time like a month ago or two. Usually that's when a server loses traction. It picks back up again really hard when a new season starts. But like this late into the season, a lot of people have accomplished the things they wanted to. And it doesn't help if people don't make gigantic goals. I personally do. I don't hold it against people if they don't make giant goals, but I mean, I made a giant goal this season, which was to make my base. I mean, I saw making my base as like a really big challenge because, and that reason literally being gold and acquiring that much gold before the season ended because I didn't think I'd be able to do it. I thought if I were, it would be by the end of the season. I completely overestimated how long that would take and ended up having all the gold I needed rather quickly once I made my gold farm. Looks like I gotta get more rockets. It also probably didn't help that I had already planned out my base in advance. I do have a general idea of what I want to make for next season, but I've only planned out 1/2 of what I want my base to be. Thanks, game. And even then, I'm kind of leaving it up to me in the future to really come through on the design. I've got more of a map layout of like areas of where I want things to be, but I haven't designed like specific buildings. Want to do that. Want to be able to have the experience of planning something out as I go along, like I did in Season 1. Season 2's base was a mess. It was just a cone and I never really put anything in it, and I'm kind of upset at myself for that. I mean, I even gave it multiple floors just to not put anything on those floors. I think my main folly was not making the sorting system an actual part of my base. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. I think if I managed to find a way to put my entire sorting system last season in my base, like in the actual cone itself, I would have felt a lot more full. Even then, I'm kind of a bit unhappy with my base this season. I mean, I made 5 temples. I tried to fill them all up, but four of them are just for decoration. And it seemed like a great idea in my head. Initially, I wanted them to have, like, you know, really good purposes. Like, I wanted them to each, like, have their own sorting systems, but, like, the Earth Temple would, like, sort stone and grass and flowers. The Water Temple would what's the word I just tried to use? Anyways, it would, like, sort out water-related blocks, like, prismarine and sea lanterns and kelp. And the Fire Temple would sort out nether-related blocks, and, well, there wasn't really an Ice Temple then, it was still the Air Temple, but I quickly realized there are only, like, 7 at most well, no, there's corals as well, but there aren't nearly as many water blocks as would be fire-related blocks and earth-related blocks, and, well, air is air. So, I do still have a good few I do have a general idea of what I want my base to be like next season, but I'm not going to plan out everything. Like, I even built my base in advance I built my base in advance in a exact copy of this world. The only difference is I didn't terraform the island as much in the testing world. I robbed myself of the experience of making it up as I go along, and I'm really upset about that. My Season 1 base, I'm extremely proud of. I made it up as I went along. I never even had a plan. Managed to keep finding ways to expand it, and that was good, and I was actually able to put things in those spaces. The only exception being the basement, which I never ended up even finishing, because the season ended abruptly. Right, rockets. But also, I just really like the way it looks. This season's base, I mean, it's big, but I wasn't able to expand it because I had already planned everything out in advance. So next season, well, actually, because I didn't even have any idea of, well, I didn't have any idea of what I wanted my base to be like last season either, until, like, before the season started, I mean. Wait, I had more slabs, what the heck? Or did I finish, and I just need to grab bricks? I'll grab bricks. If I didn't, maybe I just didn't middle click well enough. Let's head back. Oh, you know what? I think I did finish. I think I remember being right at the water. Unless my memory's failing me, which is very possible. So if I'm being too quiet compared to the Minecraft noise, let me know. Alright, so I did finish that general area. Oh, great, a creeper. Hang on, I know a trick. Hope this is quicker. But it's also louder, and I don't like that. Also, I'm not very good at getting inspired. So, for example, once I finish a big project, I have a hard time thinking up a new one. And it doesn't help that I, like, try to like, if I see someone did something, even if I had that idea earlier and I just hadn't executed it yet, I'm not going to do it. I really try to force myself to be original, no matter what. I feel like that might not be a good thing, but at the same time, it means a lot of the things I do, hopefully, are original. Like if I see a YouTuber build something, I'm gonna be like, rats. There was actually, oh no, there's something actually that I wanted to next season that I'm afraid another YouTuber I watch might do next season, or once 1.17 comes out. Not gonna reveal what that is, but I realize there's a chance they might not do that. Not gonna give away too many more details, because I do have a general idea of some cool story elements for Season 4. I tried to have a story this season, but I kind of just fell flat. Alright, 11:40. We need to head out 140 more blocks. I can see it from here. So, I guess something I should start doing is think of other things I want to do next season, aside from my base. I really should, though, think about things I want to do next season aside from my base. Like, obviously I'm going to think about what I want to make my base, but next season we are going to use data packs, and I'm excited. There's a data pack idea I had after seeing the latest snapshot. I can't make a data pack, but maybe I'll get lucky and someone will end up making it. So in, not this past snapshot, but the one before it, they added a light block. I really want that. I really want to be able to use that in survival. So I think they should make a crafting recipe for it and make people in survival be able to use it. I think the recipe should involve something air-like, like not air. I had a few ideas. Maybe make it involve glowstone. Well, obviously make it involve glowstone. I was thinking maybe a lever in the crafting recipe. Glowstone because it's a light block. Lever so you can toggle between the options. Because there are 16 different light levels. Or actually, no, you'd want a redstone lamp instead of glowstone. And maybe surround it with cobwebs or something that resembles air. That's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head that resembles air. In Minecraft, that is. I do really want to get this tunnel project done by the end of May. I've heard rumors that with backed up credibility, or like they have like good evidence to support their claims, that 1.17 is dropping in June, and I don't like having unfinished projects. Thankfully, I managed to narrowly avoid having a bunch of unfinished projects back in Season 1, but it really didn't look that good. And I think I'll be able to do it. If I keep going at the pace I'm going, assuming I'm able to get all the prismarine I need in a timely fashion, I should be good to go. Ideally, I'd want this to be done, like, maybe before May starts, so that, I think, is quite a bit to ask. I mean, April's almost a third of the way over. Maybe I want this to be done halfway through May. I mean, geez Louise, what was it again? I wanted this to be done by the 24th of April. But at the pace I'm going, that's not really possible anymore. I mean, geez Louise, I wanted to have... I keep feeling like, if I divided all these segments up into weeks, like, I'd get this segment done this week, or multiple segments done this week. I don't even know if I didn't have the resources then, so I don't think I factored in the fact that I need to gather all the resources first into the time equation. So my time expectations were lofty, to say the least. Oh, more bricks. Might as well just turn all this into bricks. How much further? Okay, not much further. Nice. Alright, over here, and then near that. So, while I'm here. There we go. Oh, there we go. Thought I ran out of bricks again. Alright, we're already fifth of the way to 1500. I wish I could show you the picture I drew of this rail network system so you'd have an idea of what the lines that I haven't built look like. By that I just mean where they go, not like what they'll look like. Like, this looks like quartz. Actually, believe it or not, I made quite a few errors while drawing this. And it was because I assumed coordinates of things. Like, my brain still tries to say that spawn is at 0, 0. That's only because during seasons 1 and 2, spawn was at 0, 0. This season it's like 100, or no, it's like 150, 240, or 240, 150. And since my the center of my island is at roughly 0, 100. I keep saying my base is 1,000 blocks away from spawn, but it's more like 7 or 800. I think Jack's base is, I don't really go there, so don't usually check, but I'm also pretty sure Jack's base is at 2,000, or 0, 2000, where mine's at 0, 1000. So his is 1,000 blocks away from mine, and Tiger's is roughly at 1,000, 2,000, which means his is 1,000 blocks away from Jack's. Where are we? 14. Oh, we're almost there. Okay, it's not exactly 1,500, it's more like 1,550 where we stop. Alright. I have to head back to 1,000, 0, or 982, 0. I don't like that I hear zombies. I mean, not that obviously I know I'm safe from them here, but I just don't like the fact that I can hear them at all. Man, I'm getting tired. Well, I think this is probably one of the latest streams I've done, if not the latest. Oh, and more quartz time. Also, I want to maybe try making a new texture pack at some point. Like, not the one that I currently have, though I do really like it, but I just don't have any inspiration for what I could change overall about the game. Like, I'd want to make a texture pack that changes literally every texture. My current texture pack only changes some textures. I have been trying to keep up with it snapshot to snapshot for the 1.17 version that hopefully will come out roughly around the time 1.17 comes out. But I've been trying to keep up with that, and I'll edit new textures as they come along if I see fit. I still haven't gotten around to this week's snapshot, but maybe I'll just do it at the same time as next week's. And as for like the new stuff from this snapshot, the raw copper, raw gold, and raw iron, I think it's great as long as we can use those items in the place of copper ingots, iron ingots, and gold ingots. Like if I could craft gold boots out of 4 raw gold in the shape of boots, you know, I'm all for it, but if we have to smelt it, then kind of gonna be ticked off about that. Pretty sure that's basically all they added in the update. It's crazy. I was in school that day, and I haven't been in school all year, so usually what I'm able to do is during my final period, because the snapshots come out at 1 instead of noon, like I think they used to, so I can't check during my lunch break. But I check during my history class and quickly read the patch notes, and then I'd know that after class I'd be watching a video of, well, I watch the Thuma, watch his snapshot videos, but I also like to read the changelog, because I get to see all the bugs that they fixed, even if I don't know about many of them or care about most of them. We're at 1423, we're 125 blocks away. Oh gosh darn it. Oh, it's just one quartz brick, I'll be fine. Usually I try not to let anything go to waste, or any building blocks that I'm using go to waste. It's also kind of weird, like when I'm flying, and if I accidentally drop a rocket while flying, I know that if I turn around to go pick it back up, I will have used the same amount of rocket power to go get it back than I would have if I just left it. So like I would have used up a rocket that I would have saved from not going back, but so it would, either way it would cancel out, and if that makes any sense. Alright, we made it this far. This is halfway. And from halfway on, there are, like, I believe 3 rivers? Yeah. Maybe it's 4, but I think it's 3. No, it's 3. Also, I'm gonna have to remove these cobblestone things. I'm gonna do that when I finally got here, and I'm basically here, because I'm afraid I'll forget, and if I have an actual tunnel here, I'm not gonna want a ugly cobblestone mess. Why do I hear so many... Is this that mountain where all the cats are? Oh. So many meows. Aw. And there's Tiger's base. Oh, I know where I am. I need to ask him about that. I never understood what was going on with the Cat Mountain hill. Oh, my neck itches. And my head itches. Oh, hello, squid. Wish cobblestone could be mined at the same speed as normal stone. That always bothered me. When I first realized that there was a difference between the speed of mining cobblestone and stone, I thought maybe it's just my imagination. Then when I realized I could insta-mine stone with silk, or with efficiency 5 haste 2, but not cobblestone, I realized something fishy was up. That kind of makes me upset. I can just... I don't even... I need dirt. I need dirt so I can terraform that. Some of this can just be made a lot simpler with some terraforming. Not like crazy terraforming, like it looks beautiful, but just changing the landscape just a tiny bit. I don't think I have any dirt. I have 3 grass blocks. Alright, I need to head to my base. Making sure these aren't overflowing, because if they get filled to the very top, I think that'll cause problems with nearby item sorters. Ooh, that was nice. If only I could have kept going and continued flying down this tunnel. Alright. Oh shoot, I'm gonna need quartz pillars. Yeah, I'm gonna need quartz pillars. Well, I don't, when this is going through the actual ground, I don't really need to worry about putting in quartz pillars, but if the tunnel can be seen from above or the outside, then I kinda need to use quartz pillars to give off the illusion that, yeah, I'm using quartz pillars the whole way through. Alright, so... this needs to be terraformed. Like this. And then on this side as well. I hope I can get away with using dirt instead of sand. There we go. Where is my shulker of quartz? Ow. Forgot that was there. Oh, that is my shulker box of quartz. It's empty now. Do I have any more quartz, or did I use it all up? And am I gonna have to end the stream then? Surely I didn't use it all. Did I really use it all? I used up all my quartz. Alright then, I was not planning on that happening so soon. Well, that's all I have left. One more thing I want to do before I end the stream. I want to check how many more shulker boxes of quartz do I need to fill up? I'm guessing it's 9. Because that got me... So there, at the beginning of the stream, there were around 2,000 blocks worth of tunnel to cover, and I covered just over 500. Wait, maybe... No, I stored stuff in here. Okay, never mind. And that was 3 shulkers of quartz, roughly, so... It should mean I have to fill up 9 more, but I'm gonna check. Ow. I don't use these entrances enough. Oh, it's 7. One of them's already... I already started filling one because I had some leftover emeralds. Well then, on that note, I'm gonna end tonight's stream. The stream is a little different from what I usually do. Actually, never mind, I usually don't talk much, but this because I was just talking very quietly, so it balances out the times I talk loud and don't talk at all in other streams. A bit more relaxed, I hope. And it was at night. Might try this again in the future. I certainly enjoyed it. Um, but yeah, on that note, thank you for joining me for today's streams, and I'll see you next time I stream, probably next week. See ya.